So hi there. Today we're going to be looking at what is your subject. So here we've got the room, a little bit of a view. I think you might find it a bit noisy over here. If I wanted to make an image like how I'm going to describe, we would do it in Photoshop with layers. But this is just to pinpoint or highlight, I think, a big mistake that people make. So if we this is looking a bit washed out. You could do a bit more detail. So if we pull it back, but now like the sky is just grabbing the attention. Like what are we taking a photo of? The view or the room? My viewpoint is we're taking an image of the room, and your eyes are drawn to this view. It's a distraction. So we want to pull these back up. And then we'll get a graduated filter. Which I already had open. And then just pull it out here. Drop the highlights. And yeah, maybe pull it back a little bit more. And if we, just to highlight what I'm saying, if we add another one here, that way, and we drop the highlights. Again, it's just, I'm saying it's, can you not, I don't know if you see you have the same viewpoint as me, but this is causing a big distraction. I'm taking a photo of a room, and this is a nice, well, not a nice view, but a bright blue sky grabbing all the attention, saying look at me, look at me. We don't want that. So yeah, I'll add now we'll go through a few more images, just showing this and highlighting various issues that I see with gaining that extra dynamic range, and because it kind of makes something look pop out. But do you really want a window to pop out? So it grabs the attention when you're taking a photo of a room. So yeah, we'll move on to the next image. So here we have another image. I've boosted the shadows already and lifted the highlights. This is kind of what I'd like to see, or I would produce myself personally, because there's still quite a lot of distraction, but there's no way you can really blow this out without yeah, I'd rather see, but even then, and bring it back to here. It's like, almost think you can see some light rays coming through there, but it looks a bit unnatural, and again it's grabbing the attention, whereas if you just brighten it up, it makes you look more around, because the center isn't saying look at me, look at me. Whereas now, if you wanted to frame it, like you wanted the sky and the view, I'd say drop this all down as well. Too much, but hopefully you're getting the gist of my view of what I see as, basically like the title says, what is your subject? And now we'll have a look at another image. So yeah, here we are. There's another image. You have to see I haven't made any effort in processing this and not all. It's a bit wonky. Yeah, I think lacking contrast and stuff, but I think we just boost it up to make it look a bit, maybe, yeah, I think that looks a bit better. But as again, what the point of this is, you drop that down, and still there's quite a lot of colour here, making you wonder what's through there. which is kind of interesting in a way, but too much. But that's much nicer. If you pull it down so far, it does actually make it look nicer inside, I think. But yeah, it's just too much colour here. And yeah, if you just lift it up a bit, I think it's just less distracting and keeps your attention more on the subject of the wall, the pattern along here, the fountains, the steps, the floors. If you dribble it back down, right. If you do want to make your images look like this, please do it in Photoshop with brackets. It'll look so much cleaner than doing it this way. But yeah, let's look at one more image, I think, then we'll call it a day. Red flag, this one, because this was the one I chose to use, and it kind of, well, it's quite clear here. It's a bit burnt out here. I'm not really sure what I was thinking, but if we look at this one, it's so much more atmospheric. And even though there's dark shadows around here, and but it totally draws you in and makes you look down the corridor. Whereas we go to this one, it makes you pay too much attention to this, which is not really relevant. All this peeling paint and the light play on the floor is so much more interesting. So it's a slightly different play on the hair really, as opposed to I've been pulling up highlights to avoid distractions. This is more of using shadows to kind of frame the subject and draw you right in to look down the corridor. So hopefully you've learnt something and maybe have a similar viewpoint to myself here, and hopefully I'll see you again. Be great if you subscribed, and let me know what you think. Thanks a lot, guys.